very excited to have a very special guest here today, Dr. Vincent Trapani, otherwise known as Enzo, and he is exhibited all over the world, and you will be very impressed where he is exhibited. Switzerland, Paris, Italy, Argentina, my hometown of Miami, I mean, you name it. He's, I think he's got one coming up soon in Japan as well, so he's all over the world. So he's lived in the area for about 25 years. He is a doctor, MD, neuroscientist as well, and he was born in Santa Fe, Argentina. And I'm not going to take any more of his thunder, but let him introduce himself a little more if he wishes to. Please give a warm welcome to Enzo.
I'm not nervous. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I just cannot thank you enough. I didn't expect to be that large crowd. So I promise you, I will not bore you with my talk. I mean, we have so many subjects to talk about, and I want you to take something at home to your house, because maybe I'm not telling you anything new. Maybe I am, but I just want you to make you aware of my new concept. So what exactly is Enzology? So it's a little bit of egocentric, Enzology. Long time ago, I used to go to nursing homes, in my neurology residency, and every time that I was walking in this depressing place, I saw this negative environment, and I say I have to do something to change this wall, the energy in this place, because you go to a nursing home to live, not to die, to have a pleasant moment. So this concept was born long time ago in the early 90s, and since I've been doing art forever, I combine art and medicine. So let's see. So it is an awareness. It's an awareness. So what I'm trying to do is to fuse every single science possible. And how can I do that? Well, it is very easy to understand, because light is color. So if you turn the sun out of this planet, everything dies. So light, if you don't have light, you don't have color. You don't have color, you don't have life. Everything started from that angle. So what exactly is Enzology? It's an awareness of the environment that we live. And I'm going to explain to you how the environment can change your health. That is called epigenetic. I don't want to get too technical, but a positive environment generates positive protein in your body. And I'm going to go slowly into that. So that's the fusion of everything. So it's a little bit of everything in Enzology. So we're going to talk about everything in the next 30 minutes. Let me see if I can do it. So this is my formula. This is not E equal mc squared. This is not an Einstein formula, no. So this is love. Love is not the romantic love. No, it is the force of everything. It's the force of creation. Two cells get together, that's why you're here. That's beyond a miracle. That is love. Love is a positive energy. So love is light, obviously, because we don't have light, we don't have love. It's just part of the equation. And what we see there is environment. So this formula is enhanced by a positive environment. And I'm going to keep going so I can explain the meaning of that. So shortly, what exactly is light? So light is made of wavelength, frequency, and energy. So blah, 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 blah. Energy is just made of photons. That's what energy, so light is made of three things. And what do we see? So that when the sun go into the planet, we only see the spectrum, this light spectrum, so the rainbow. This part we don't see, those are not bad for our health. This is really bad for our health, but that's the spectrum of light. Wavelength, frequency, energy, so high energy on the violet and low energy on the red side. So that's light. Now, as light enters into the eye, goes to the, remember, the eye is just a piece of brain sticking out. That's where the eyes are. That's where the eyes are. So we have cells. Those are neurons, kind of. This works very well during the day. This works better at night. So the light, it is a miracle because light energy become chemical energy. So light energy transforms into chemical energy because as we absorb the light, it goes to the brain, it becomes a chemical reaction to absorb the light into the brain and give the interpretation of what we see. So let's epigenetic. Let's jump into another subject. The reason that I'm here today is because of this concept. Back in the 40s, this person, Conrad Worthington, realized that the environment that we live changed the expression of the DNA. Just 1 second, I have to clarify this. When I went to medical school, you're born with your DNA, you die with your DNA. They didn't teach us that. The environment will not change the DNA. It will change how the DNA express. And I'm going to explain what exactly is the DNA. So that's why I'm coming into the picture, because of color and the environment. So very quick, DNA is the protein factor. That's what the DNA is. So this is a bunch of spaghetti here that goes around, and a portion of the DNA is where we have the gene information. And every single cell in your body has DNA. So it's inside the cells, inside the nucleus. The DNA is crammed into a chromosome, and as we know, like in high school, elementary school DNA, we have 46 chromosomes. The 22 is called autosome. It makes you color your skin, hair or no hair, and then you have the one pair of sex, which is XX female, XY male. That's where is located the DNA inside the cell. So, epigenetics, positive environment, color, because everything is color, your internal environment, which are your thoughts, and emotions and places. It will change the expression of the DNA. Means that if you are in a positive environment, whatever is negative or positive thoughts, good emotional relationship, your boss beat you up, or your husband, or bad relationship with your partner, or good relationship, everything will change the cell, the DNA, generating good or bad proteins. Good protein, healthy mind. Positive environment, good proteins, because affect our DNA. So DNA is the protein factor. And what is protein? Well, proteins, we have many types of protein. Look at the digestive, it's called lipase. Blood is the hemoglobin, hormone, insulin, those are protein. But look at this protein here. This has been in the news. Our defense mechanism. It's called immunoglobulins. Those are the ones that protect for infection. So if we live in a toxic environment, it's like if you turn the TV on, which is everything is toxic, you generate negative, we immunosuppress ourselves because we don't generate good immunoglobulin. Remember, the environment change the expression of the DNA, which is our factory of protein, which is the immunoglobulin. So let's jump into another subject. Now, because I'm trying to talk about everything in a short time. So that's the beginning. Now, in my book, it's coming in the next 2 months, I can explain everything. I'll be talking about quantum physics. Now, if somebody tells you what is quantum physics, if somebody tells you they understand quantum physics, they don't understand, they're lying. Not even Einstein understood that. Why is that? Because he could not explain how it works, how quantum mechanics works. Now, everything in the universe, subatomic particles, very tiny particles in the molecules, is called proton, neutrons, neutrino. So everything in the universe are made of matter. Matter is energy. Now, when we are looking into the matter, we materialize the energy into matter. This is, don't worry about it. I don't understand, nobody understands that, but what happened is this. Now, so 99% of every single matter is energy. Now, you're going to tell me, if everything is energy, why do we see as a matter? Well, I am not a physicist. The only thing I can tell you that matter is mostly made of 99% of energy, but there is one experiment that will explain that. Now, I cannot, so this is called the quantum, the split experiment. Explain how electron, which is a tiny particle, it can act as matter or can act as a waveform. This is something that I encourage you to look at it. This kind of changed the perception of reality, because really reality is the collapse of the wave function by the observer. That's the definition of reality. From the moment that we observe, we change reality. But I'm going to explain slowly. Please, it's okay if you don't understand. Now, we create our reality by materializing our desire. This is crucial. Whatever you think with your intention, your thought, your emotion, you put it out there, you're going to materialize that into reality. It can be explained by quantum mechanics. So you have to be aware what you think, very much. Because if you put the right intention, your right desire, and you act on it, you're going to achieve whatever you dream. And that's the truth. Most of the time we are, in the depressed mood, and we don't have and we can never get what we want, the $1 million in the lottery, for example. So we act like a big antenna. So we are broadcasting energy to this vast universe. That's what we are. We are a big antenna. Whatever we are thinking, at some level, we are projecting. It's going to come back to us. I didn't say that. That's the universal law. Now, the universe, very quick, the universe doesn't understand any language, only understand our intention, which are vibration energy. So we feel the way that we think. These feelings are sending vibration energy that is captured by the universe, come to us. So I deeply believe that the universe will never punish you or bless you. It will only respond to the type of intention that we send it out there, and it's going to come back to us. So to attract beauty, you have to be beauty. To be healthy, wealthy, you have to have inner peace. Now, let me tell you, I see patients every day, and my patients, so how you doing, Mr. So? Oh, my arthritis, my diabetes. I promise you, I can never make them better. Why is that? Because they feel the way that they feel, and they can never improve themselves. They constantly are in the same state of mind. The mind will determine the way that they are feeling and the way that they physically are. That's why they don't get better. That's why I can pay my mortgage, because they come to see me. They can never get better. So how can in 15 minutes I can change the way of thinking? They have to start thinking differently in order to get better. That's the reality. But people need a magic pill. No. It doesn't work that way. So the universe, one more time, always manifests our thought and synchronize with the frequency of our sun. The universe, one verse, universe. So if you're, obviously, if you're not happy with your reality, you have to make a better decision. And that's the truth. Now, this is very important. Okay, so we have, this is the variable. Somebody said we have about 6,000 thoughts a day, 6,000. So we have 86 billion neurons in our brain, over trillions of synapses, which is the connection between one neuron and another neuron. Those 6,000 thoughts, guess what? Tomorrow, we're going to have 80% about the same thoughts. And we expect a different outcome. That is called insanity. It has to be. So why is that? Because we create our own neural path. We get up in bed on the same side, we brush the teeth with the same arm, and we go to have coffee. We act in a cruise control mode. We don't change. We cannot expect a different result. So the only way to change our reality is to start changing our feeling in order to change what we see outside. Now, one way to align our mind with our heart is one way is meditation. Now, meditation allows you to be in the present. Let me tell you, there's so many books, be in the present, stay in the present. Okay, the mind doesn't understand what the present is. Why is that? Because the mind understands where I'm coming from, which is the past, and where we're going, which is the future. In reality, we live in a known state of mind because the past passed, the future never came. So the mind feeds through that. In order to be in the present time, you have to shut down your thoughts. There is a technique for that. It's called meditation. So that's how I always tell my patient, why are you depressed? Because you had too much past. Why you are constantly anxious? You had too much future. That's my definition of that. Obviously, it's easy to say, but if you're very depressed, you have to be on antidepressant medication, That's one way, but you have to do something for yourself in order to get out of there. Don't expect the medication to do everything for you. You have to do something for yourself. Jump into another subject. Too many things to cram into. So here, this is another subject I'm going to brush it through. One is called the chakra. It's not recognized by the Western traditional medicine. No. Why is that? Because it's energy. Who cares? I mean, there is no way to measure that. There is no double-blind. Chakras is the center energy in our body, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 type of chakra, and each chakra have color. Color is energy, and each chakra have meaning. From spirituality on the ground to survival, and you have to believe. And I'm going to tell you how important it is when you believe. The other subject is Feng Shui. Feng Shui is in order to have a good energy in your house. When there are 5 elements: fire, earth, metal, wood, and water. Each one represents different things in the house. It's just to balance, to have a balance in your house for better energy flow. And the other thing is I'm going to talk about the free radical antioxidant. And those are the 3 things that we're going to talk about nutrition. That's one thing that I want to tell you. Aging, it's not just generic. It's the lifestyle that we choose to live. And there are 3 things that I want to say: exercise, meditation, and nutrition. So let's talk very briefly about nutrition. Everything that we eat is coming from the soil. Well, it's difficult to eat healthy because the soil that we get our food is not the soil like 50 years ago. Due to the intense farming, pesticides, GMOs, and so on, we get a lot of food with beautiful color and plus the genetic manipulation of that, but doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get a more nutrition. It means that we get a better, larger pineapple, but doesn't mean that it has more nutrition content, because everything is coming from the soil, and the soil is being changed because we need, for profit reasons. We need to feed 7 billion people in the planet. Modern agriculture, intense farming, means that growing high-yield crop using pesticide is depleting all the nutrition in our food. It's creating a lot of health problems. So that's one thing. That's another thing I want to tell you or mention, make you aware. So we're jumping into color now. So the nutrition, and look at how intense are the berries. The darker are the berries, the more antioxidant, that we have in the berries. One of the best wine to drink as an antioxidant is Pinot Noir. It's because in the peel of the grape has large amount of antioxidant. So colors and food. We're going to just talk a little bit about that. There is a lot of, don't worry about the names, this is phytonutrients, which are antioxidant there are different names. And here it is where everybody loves, obviously. So this is the antioxidants that is going to help us to decrease free radicals. So everybody is talking about free radicals. Everybody's talking antioxidant, but nobody knows what exactly is the meaning of that. Okay. Nutrition. So this is a normal molecule. I'm going to go fast on this. This is a normal molecules. When these molecules are stable, it doesn't cause any harm to any cells. When the molecules lose the electron, they lose the electron here, is called free radicals. Those bad boys will damage cells and it will cause a lot of medical problems. Now, free radicals are non-stable molecules that don't have the pair of electrons. So when they don't have that, what they're trying to do is steal electrons to the other molecules, causing damage to the cell. So this is called normal molecule. This is called antioxidant. Normally, we have antioxidant in our body. We produce antioxidant. But when we eat a lot of garbage, our own antioxidant doesn't know what to do with so much garbage. So we start creating a lot of what is called free radicals, which this is called free radicals. when too many free radicals accumulate in our body, cause a lot of neurodegenerative disorders. Free radicals, how we accumulate free radicals? Bad oil, too much alcohol, processed food, refined sugar. I mean, there's nothing wrong with sugar. The problem is that you refine, you add a lot of chemicals into the sugar, causing free radicals. So avoid all the trans fat, that's not good. But stress causes free radical. I didn't know that until I read that. Smoking, in the 50s, I don't know if somebody knew this, doctor used to tell the pregnant woman to smoke. Why is that? Improve digestion and relax you. In the 50s, cardiology used to say that exercise was bad for you because stress puts stress in your heart. So everything changed. It was not until the 80s that we start fighting the smoking and creating a more awareness that it causes lung cancer. Smoking causes lung cancer? Well, it was very tough to win that war against Phyllis Murray. But so this is the illness that when we accumulate a lot of those bad boys, free radicals, we can relate to too much free radical, are related to Alzheimer's, heart disease, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, arthritis. I happen to see a lot of Parkinson, ALS, unfortunately, and a lot of Alzheimer's, a lot of that. Too much free radicals, or it's called oxidative stress. You see, when you put a piece of metal outside your house, it's going to oxidize. That's normal. Inside our body also we oxidize, but we can remove that oxidation in your body with antioxidants. So when we generate antioxidants, but we can eat antioxidants. That's why it's so important the type of food that you eat. Now, another topic of conversation is exercise. Now, exercise is like taking Prozac. Exercise is like taking antidepressant because it increases the serotonin in your brain. That's what exercise does. It improves your bone, your heart, improves your mood. And especially reduce stress. Stress kills people. Stress causes cancer. I deeply believe that stress causes cancer. That's my opinion. So exercise is great. It's one way to decrease the aging. Everybody's aging. When my patient asks me, "How old are you, Dr. Trapani?" I say, "I don't have age." What do you mean? You hatch? Or what do you mean? No, I was never born. How can I? And they don't come back to me. I say, fine. You know why? Because we are energy. Now let me tell you something. So energy can never be destroyed, neither created. If we are 99% energy, how can we die? We don't die. We don't die. But we don't understand that. That's a different topic. We don't. So they don't come back to me. Fine, I don't want you. This is another way. You know what's really impressive, very impressive about this? Is this. Meditation, which living in the present, disconnect yourself, is proven to change the structure of your brain by functional MRI. No insurance pay for that, but functional MRI determine that in the prefrontal area where we have our abstract thought, cognition, rational thoughts, that's a lot of frontal lobe. Another thing, back in the 70s, we didn't know what the frontal lobe was. It was called the mute zone. Can you imagine? We have a piece of brain and it was called the mute zone because we didn't know what it was. It's called the mute zone. Then, as science became more sophisticated, we realized that the frontal area enhances the activity when we pray or when we meditate. That's amazing. So that's how powerful is praying. Now, there are two things I don't talk about in my book, politics and religion. From the moment that I talk about that, I divide. So it's nothing against that, but you know what I mean. So meditation, release stress is important. It's anything to release, another jump. So this is what I want to say. Can you believe that believing in something will change the chemistry in your cells? Yes, it does. Why is that? Well, the definition of placebo is the biology of belief. Every medication in the market by the FDA approved, they had to be better than placebo. So if a water pill came out and is better than placebo, then we mark for billions of dollars. Water pill work for whatever. But every medication has at least 30% of placebo effect. Can you believe that? Why is that? Because we believe that medication is helping us. So we make the pill work for us. That's how powerful belief is. It changes the chemistry in our body. That's unbelievable. It is, we have to believe in order to happen, But faith is crucial. If you have a sick person that everybody pray to get better, and if you have a same problem with nobody pray for that, the person that is sick and the people are praying for get better quicker than the one that nobody's praying for. Praying is crucial, it's important. Nothing about religion, but praying, believing is powerful. So, love is a positive energy, is healing, it creates good protein, it has a high frequency of vibration. Now, somebody is going to say, how do you know that? Is any machine that measures love? That's another topic, but there are experiments that can measure the energy of love. Now, when you have gratitude, it's a domino effect. You have happiness, joy, you become more creative, harmony. So I tell every single patient that I see, I ask, what do you do for fun? What is that? What do you do for fun? You have to do something for fun. I mean, a little bit of passion, a little bit of something, it will change our existence at some level. So, love is very powerful. It's the source of creation of the universe. That's what I believe. It's a high frequency of vibration that we can emit. And let me go to the opposite side. So, I say that tapping into the high frequency resonance is kind of the law of attraction, feeling more. So when do you know that you really love something? When you start feeling good about yourself. You look in front of the mirror and say, oh, I look good. I really look good. So, it's something magical that start happening. Things start coming out. The thing that the problem, your desire start coming or showing up in front of your door. Things start happening good for you. That's when you tap into the vibration of resonance. That's when you tap into that level of energy. So things start happening for better, and it's just a feeling. It's a feeling. You feel good. That's it. You don't need more than that. And then the opposite is what happens when you are rage, when you have rage, it's the opposite. You get anger, you get insecure, you get jealous, competitive, arrogant. So negative feeling, It's a low vibration energy that creates bad protein, and I believe that that's the cause of cancer. Nobody can prove that, but I believe. So here we go. I display this because I just happen to be an artist. I don't know how, but I just put color. So I call pill on the wall. The pill is my art. The wall is your body. I create a house. So it's just an awareness. So when you see my paintings, I don't want you to buy anything, by the way, but I just want you to, it's just an awareness piece. That's my inspiration. So creating a house that has good energy. So this is the pill, and this is the wall. Pill on the wall. And instead of prescribing medication, which it could be one of the first causes of death in America, too many medical prescriptions, too many drugs. When the patient comes to me with 20 different medications, because they say, I don't feel well, Dr. So this is the pill, this is the wall, pill on the wall. So this is another example of one of the houses that I decorated. And I also did it in a restaurant, pill on the wall, and people were coming because of the environment. The food was also really. So pill on the wall, the three primary colors. With these three colors, we create everything. Primary colors: red, blue, yellow. Those three colors, we create everything. Without those three colors, we don't do anything. Primary colors. This is the chapter of the book. There are 10 chapters with positive affirmation. And this is, I really believe the positive affirmation is good. It's just another positive way of thinking. Our mind is the biggest canvas for creation. And this is something that I always tell my patients. The pill only is going to relieve the symptoms, but doesn't cure anything. But there are few illnesses that will, but majority doesn't. The only thing that we do is relieve the symptoms. The body cure illness. We don't know how to treat ourselves. We cannot, until we understand how the universe works, it is impossible to know how to treat ourselves. And honestly, we don't know much about our body. Let me tell you, back in the Greek time, the Roman time, they thought that the earth was the center of the universe. Okay, so Galileo came around with a telescope and said, wait a minute, the earth is not the center of the universe. There's a sun going around the earth. Home arrest. They didn't want to hear that. Well, 1940 something, Hubble, a guy that was looking into the sky, saw a small cloud outside the Milky Way. When we look at the sky, we thought that was the universe, but it was only the Milky Way. Then he realized that this cloud on the sky was Andromeda, was the next galaxy. Then we realized that we have trillions and trillions of galaxies out there. Our body is made of 6 elements: hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, phosphate, nitrogen. Those are the elements that the universe they require for that, and that's why we are stardust. We are the universe. Now, the reason I'm telling you all this is because back in the Greek time to the present time, that's how much we know about our body. We don't know how much we know, to be honest. We know enough to really improve a lot of medical illness, but when a medication is released, we don't really know how the medication works. They hypothesize, they say that the theories behind. Okay, work in the rat, fine. Go to the human, good, okay. gone to work after a clinical trial, and now let's see. But we don't know how really the medication work in our body. So enough for that. So Enzology is just an awareness movement to make you realize how important is the environment, and it's crucial. And I am, in my book, I am, merging everything. And this is 4 keys that you can do without any pills. And this is the 4 things: love, positive energy, have faith, belief is very powerful, pill on the wall. Because pill on the wall is just to make you aware the importance of the environment that can change the expression of your DNA. Exercise, crucial, and nutrition. Those are the 4 elements. It's kind of, if you have a lot of that, then you're going to see, you don't need to go to the doctor that often. And, a few thousand years ago, there was this guy, he was a physician, Hippocrates. He said medicine is the noblest of all the art. Let food be the medicine and medicine be the food. And don't read the last slide. Don't read it. That's it. Yeah.